For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And you know, you could think that we've just read something that was written just after Jesus was born. But in fact, that was written 700 years before he was born. Both our readings up on the screen there come from the book of Isaiah. And we would usually read from the book of Luke for the very good reason that Luke beautifully tells the Christmas story. But as you can see from what we've just read up here, that's not the only place in the Bible you'll find the story of Jesus' birth. But I think what we will do is we'll just say welcome. Welcome to our service tonight. You know, I love the way that each year we can bring the Christmas day in so beautifully by coming 1 hour before midnight to praise God into Christmas Day. So to all of you who've come tonight, welcome. And I know you've actually given up the fact that you could be in bed right now. And I say, well done. It's great to see you here. But we want to also welcome those who are watching online. And we invite you to participate in what we're doing here too. Because we're going to sing some carols. Please sing along with us, because the words will be for you there as well at home. We're also going to have a time where we have a time of reflection. We invite you to involve yourself in that as well. And we also are going to share in the Lord's Supper and do that in your own way as well. Now, as you can see up there, Isaiah also wrote these words: "You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you." Perfect peace? Is there such a thing? Well, maybe that's something we're going to find out tonight as we talk about Christmas. So the words that you've actually seen up there also have been made into a Christmas carol. So we're going to stand, we're going to sing those words in that Christmas carol, followed by two other carols. So if you'd like to stand up, we're going to have a time of praise. Amen. Was peace on earth. But we all know that peace on earth is an unreachable dream. It's not something that I can give you. It's not something that anybody else on earth can give you. But I want to talk tonight about someone who can. It will never be pure peace as you understand peace. Because the peace that I'm going to talk about tonight is peace in the midst of chaos. For the world around us will continue to rage and fight. Hostility will continue, as will immorality, dishonesty, hatred, nastiness, unfair accusations, and inappropriate behavior. But while all that goes on, the world outside us will have absolutely no power or influence over us when we have Jesus dwelling within us. The world can attack us, it can threaten us, but it cannot defeat us. Because the peace I speak of is a peace that's made perfect only in Jesus. God has provided a way, and it all began at Christmas. You see, at Christmas, Jesus came, and that's what we celebrate tonight. But what do I mean when I claim that Jesus can give us peace on earth? Well, Jesus said this, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." There's going to be a lot of things that will try and disrupt the peace that I'm talking about. The world will try to scare us. It will try to trouble us. It will try to weigh us down. But these words that we read here are not about peace as we know it. This peace is not subject to worldly thinking or pressures. This peace lasts, and it can withstand circumstances, and it often works in a way that we do not expect. So how do we get that peace? Just make Jesus Lord of my life and it just happens? Well, of course, that's a very vital part of it, but that's way incomplete. After all, can we all claim that every Christian we know is living and exhibiting that peace? 2001, we went on a Trafalgar tour to Europe. We began in Paris with a day trip around the highlights. On that day, we went to the Notre Dame Cathedral. We went up the Eiffel Tower. We went to Montmartre with all the painters. We had a river cruise on the Seine, and we had a visit to the Louvre. All in one day. Then, in the Louvre, we saw the Mona Lisa, we saw the Venus de Milo, we saw the winged victory of Samothrace, we saw Napoleon's coronation, we saw the raft of the Medusa, along with many other famous paintings, some of which were as tall as this room and half the width of it. They were massive. Yes, we can say we saw all those things. But how much did we really see? People will stand for a whole morning looking at a single painting, like Guerrico's Raft of the Medusa here. It's 5 meters high. It's 7 meters wide. It's filled with amazing detail. You could see it in its place as we approached it from quite a distance. But when you get up close and look into the detail, the sea splashing onto the raft, the agony on the faces of the survivors. Yeah, we've seen it. But because of our schedule, we spent no more than a few minutes as we walked past it. So, how much did we really see? If you want to see it, you've got to take the time, and you've got to get up close. How do you get the peace that Jesus is talking about? You've got to take the time, and you've got to get up close. The closer you get to Jesus, the more you're going to know his peace. And while many of us acknowledge Jesus and give him a place in our lives, it's often done at arm's length or on our terms. You don't embrace a person you love arm's length. You don't win their heart with love on your terms. Yet we think we can do that with Jesus. And when we do that, is it any wonder that we don't know this peace he's talking about? Do you really think you can treat him flippantly and expect that peace will somehow find you? My peace I give to you, it says. He gives it, and we will get it if we're prepared to receive it. What's that peace like? I wish I could tell you, but no words can describe it. You have to experience it yourself. Now, I'm sure you've all experienced a situation where someone tries to tell a group of people about a hilarious event that's happened in their life. At the end of the story, everyone looks at the storyteller deadpan. Then someone says, perhaps you had to be there. Ever been there? If you want Jesus' peace, you have to be there. This is a peace that you cannot even come close to understanding unless you have it. And when you do have it, it blows you away. It's unique. It's beautiful. And it's a peace that holds you in a state of calm while conflict and stress is all around you. The Bible talks a lot about this peace because God knows how much we long for peace, yet struggle to find it. Philippians 4 verse 7, it says this, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. It's telling you the same thing. No one can understand this peace. It defies understanding. The world's definition of peace is so shallow in comparison, but the peace of God is deep. It's true. It's truer than worldly peace. It's not a peace as we understand it. It's a gift from God. It says here, the peace that transcends understanding will guard your heart and your mind with the presence of Jesus himself. People around you will be amazed by it. This unshakable peace that you bring to the troubles that you go through, while at the same time, it's overwhelming them. And this all began at Christmas. We use a term in church, incarnation, which simply means that Jesus becomes one of us. And because he did, it means he gets it. He understands our circumstances because he's walked in our shoes. He understands when we're struggling. He understands when we muck up. He understands when we're just finding it hard. And it means we can come boldly before the throne of God, all because he has walked in our shoes. And this gives us such hope. And it's an absolute hope, not kind of abstract hope like, hope it doesn't rain tomorrow, or I hope I get more than handkerchiefs in my presents tomorrow. It's a hope that means something. Because when it all adds up, life without hope is hopeless. From time to time, we've all experienced that sort of lostness, that feeling of hopelessness. And for some people, it's a place where they seem to live almost permanently. Do you ever ask why people are drowning themselves in substances and drugs to escape reality? And why is reference to mental health constantly on our news reports these days? People are not coping. And their attempts to numb the pain are not working. It's not meant to be that way. Jesus came to deal with those things. God knows it's hard. So he created a pathway to peace to save us from ourselves. Yeah, he's the Son of God. But because he came to live among us at Christmas, he's one of us as well. So Jesus came as a little baby into this world, just as you and I did, so that he could identify with us. He was born as we were. He cried like we did, felt like pain like we do. He had to struggle just like we do. Christmas is an awesome message. It's like a message in a bottle that was washed up in the sands of time, allowing us to find the creator of all things, to become one of us. Jesus is God speaking to us in a language we can understand. And what a fantastic message it is. Not only did he come to give us life, but to give us abundant life, life that's full. Jesus is God's message. He gets what we're going through. He's purchased an eternal hope for us, and it means so much because he has walked the way we have to walk. Now, whether you're close or far from God tonight, Jesus reaches out to you. He meets us right where we are to give us what we so desperately need: peace. Don't let worries and doubts or concerns limit what God can do in your life, but instead rest in the promises found in these Bible verses about peace. So, peace on earth. When you have Jesus as Lord of your life, it doesn't matter what goes on out there in the world, because inside all of those who make him Lord of their life, peace that defies logic remains. Just is. And you can have that peace as well. One thing that we love to do every year and find very, very meaningful is to just spend a little time of reflection. Life is not always easy, but life can also be wonderful. And I'm sure as you think back over this year, you can think of things that have happened. Some of them really good, some of them not, and some that really suck. And I just want you to think of something and just take some time. You see, that's what this little table down here is about. On it, we've got tea light candles. And these tea light candles are all here for each of you. And I want you to think of the thing that you want to bring to Jesus tonight. Might be something that's real hard that you've been through, and you want to put that behind you. Might be something that was absolutely exhilarating, and you want to just give him the glory. Come, take your little candle and light it. I meant you to light it on this one here, but this one's not going too good. So perhaps we'll choose one of these ones to light your candle and put it here on the grass here before the cradle. So we're going to spend a few moments. Just take time to think through what you want to think through. And when you're ready, come and bring your candle to the Lord. Be very healing and bringing something to Jesus. We're going to stand, we're going to sing again. 2 songs. We're going to sing Long Time Ago in Bethlehem. I nearly forgot what we're singing. Long Time Ago in Bethlehem and Silent Night. And these are ones that are good ones that just spend a little bit of time after being in the time of reflection, just quietly bringing yourself before Jesus. Long time ago in Bethlehem, Seated. There are two things that we celebrate more than anything else. One, we're doing tonight, the birth of Jesus. But there's another one that is even more significant, and that is the cross. Now notice at the top of the cross, you'll see the crown, and half of it is decorated because we're celebrating Christmas. But the other half is another reality of what Christianity is all about. And that is why we are here tonight, more than even the birth of Jesus, because Jesus died on that cross to save every one of us from the sin that we all involve ourselves in. Jesus gave his life on that cross. And as he left this world, he took his disciples aside and he gave them a feast where they had bread, where he broke it. And he said, "This is my body, which is broken for you." And he also took a cup. And the cup represents the blood that he shed on that cross. And we're going to invite you to have communion with us tonight. Jackie, would you like to come forward? And Jackie's going to help me because I can't do it on my own with lots of elements. This is the bread which represents Jesus broken for you. This is for you, Steve. Invite you to do is to come up this side here. We've got the hand lotion if you'd like to use it. And just come past. Every one of you is invited. We want you all to feel that this is the Lord's table. It is not this church's table. And we will share this with you. So if you'd like to come up and come past us, we will give you the element. Well, we're coming to the close, and it's not going to be long before the big day is going to be in. And before we do sing our way into it, with Joy to the World, I just want to ask if one or two could stay behind and give us a little bit of a hand, and if you, rather than dive in and start blowing out candles before I actually say what the way I'd like to do it. It's just that if it's done one way, it's a lot less of a mess for me to clean up afterwards. So if one or two could stay behind, that would be very, very helpful. But we are going to stand and sing our final song, Joy to the World. Bag of goodies. If you haven't, hey, look, can we sing that final chorus, verse again? Why don't we sing the whole song again? Let's sing the whole song again. Okay. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. And you all deserve a good sleep in tomorrow. We'll be here at 10 o'clock.